Good morning students, we start with the development of inferior vena cava. Very often asked question. So in the development of inferior vena cava, first I will write here. It is based on this diagrammatic representation in which the most easiest way is, here we show anterior cardinal, this will be common cardinal. And then we show here the posterior cardinal veins. This is what we have to show, the posterior cardinal veins. In the caudal region, this posterior cardinal vein will receive the two iliac veins. This is the right side. So therefore, now here, this is the right side posterior cardinal vein. I am filling it with color here. And in the caudal region, each right posterior cardinal vein will receive iliac veins. And here, this is the right common cardinal vein, and from above there is the anterior cardinal vein. We have learnt about the anterior cardinal veins and common cardinal veins. So this is just for the marking anterior cardinal vein, anterior cardinal vein. On the right side, this will be the posterior cardinal vein, and this also on the right side. Now here, this will be the right sided, this will be posterior cardinal vein. So here, this will be common cardinal vein, this is common cardinal vein. So these 3 points should be very clear: anterior cardinal, common cardinal and posterior cardinal, right side. Now same way here, we have to draw on the left side, where we draw here. So this is anterior, and here we draw this. From common we draw the posterior cardinal vein, and here it will receive in the end the two iliac veins. This is how it will receive. Anterior cardinal, here we give some color to common cardinal, and this will be the posterior cardinal vein on the left hand side, and these are the two iliac veins on the left hand side. Same way, this will be the left posterior cardinal vein, the left common cardinal and the left anterior cardinal vein. This much is very clear. Now through this common cardinal vein, it will open into sinus venosus. So this structure here will be sinus venosus. We know that, we have discussed it also. So the common cardinal veins will open through the coelomic duct lateral side into the sinus venosus. Now here, right and left posterior cardinal vein, there will be development of, now here we start with the development of inferior vena cava, in which certain veins will develop, some longitudinal veins. After the development, the same longitudinal veins, certain segments will disappear, and the remaining segments which are left will join with each other and form inferior vena cava. This is the basic concept. Now, what are the longitudinal veins which will develop? The first pair of longitudinal veins we have already drawn. Posterior cardinal veins, which are draining the blood from the lower limb and the lower half of the body. Anterior cardinal veins, as we have explained in the previous segment, from upper half of the body. Now each posterior cardinal veins, they are draining the blood from lower half of the body, where their caudal parts will receive the iliac veins. And these iliac veins are external iliac and internal iliac. External iliac receiving the blood from lower limb, and internal iliac will receive the blood from the pelvis. Now, the first pair of veins we have developed, first pair of longitudinal veins, right and left posterior cardinal veins. Now, these posterior cardinal veins, we have to note down this important point. They are lying exactly dorsolateral to mesonephric ridge. So here, in the posterior abdominal wall, there will be this mesonephric ridge. This dotted line represents the mesonephric ridge. So our posterior cardinal veins are lying dorsolateral to mesonephric ridge. Second pair, now the second pair of longitudinal veins will develop. For that I will use green color. And that second pair of longitudinal veins, right and left side, they are called subcardinal veins. Now these subcardinal veins will develop, now this is another important sentence, it will lie ventromedial to this mesonephric ridge. Posterior cardinal veins are lying dorsolateral to this mesonephric ridge, and subcardinal veins, which we are going to draw, will lie ventromedial. This is the point which is asked in 1 mark question answer in MCQs. So ventromedial to this mesonephric ridge. Now here, see here, we are going to draw. This will be how the subcardinal veins will drain. And these subcardinal veins, cephalic and caudal margin, they will drain in the posterior cardinal veins itself. So here we draw and complete the right subcardinal vein. Remember, the cephalic and the caudal margins will drain in the posterior cardinal vein itself. Same way over here, we will draw. This is how it will open. I will draw at upper level because lower down we have to draw another vein also. So this will be, I will draw at this level and we have enough space. So therefore, this is on the left hand side, the left subcardinal vein. Same way as the right subcardinal vein. This is how it is developed. And therefore, this is the longitudinal pair of vein which is number 2. And therefore now here we name this as the right subcardinal vein. Right subcardinal vein. So the subcardinal vein is SUB. And same way over here, we will name this as the left subcardinal vein. Now, we come to the third pair of longitudinal vein. Before we introduce the third pair of longitudinal vein, here, in between these two subcardinal veins, there will be a transverse anastomosis. And that transverse anastomosis will be known as pre-aortic anastomosis. So here we draw this transverse anastomosis. Why it is called pre-aortic? Because dorsal to this will be the aorta. So if I draw the aorta here, this aorta will be lying dorsal to this transverse anastomosis. This is the aorta. So therefore, this is the intersubcardinal anastomosis, pre-aortic anastomosis, and therefore here we need to write down here intersubcardinal anastomosis. Intersubcardinal anastomosis. And the last structure to develop from right subcardinal vein. Now this is a very important structure. Right subcardinal vein. Which portion? Cephalic portion of the right subcardinal vein, where my index finger is there. From here, there will be a narrow channel that will develop, and it will be lying dorsal to the lever. We know that just caudal to sinus venosus there is septum transversum, so there will be development of lever over here. If I draw, I will draw with white color. If I simply draw here, this is the portion where lever is present at this region. Now this channel which will develop will be, I am using orange color. It will connect the right subcardinal vein. See here, connecting the right subcardinal vein. Which portion of the right subcardinal vein? Just above intersubcardinal anastomosis. And it will pass dorsal to the lever. So I am drawing dorsal to the lever. And it will join here. What it will join here? It will join this segment. And this segment, I will represent it as, let me represent it as violet color. So here it will join this segment, which will be known as right hepatocardiac channel, or the right common cardiac channel, or it is known as, if you recollect, development of portal vein, the cranial most part of the right vitelline vein, if you recollect that segment, when we had discussed the development of portal vein. So therefore, here there are two segments. Number one, this segment I will give it as segment number, let me write it as segment number 5, and this segment I will write it as segment number 6. Later on we will connect all the segments. Now what is this segment number 5? The name given to this segment number 5. So let me write down, please come on this side. Segment number 5, the name given is, it will be a channel which will be connecting the right subcardinal vein, this is what we have to write, subcardinal vein with, it will be connecting with the right hepatocardiac channel. This is the word which is described for segment number 5. A new segment has developed which is known as, this is the name itself, there is no independent name. It is the new segment which is connecting the right subcardinal vein with that of the right hepatocardiac channel. What was segment number 6 now? Segment number 6 was right hepatocardiac channel, and that hepatocardiac channel is also known as, if you recollect, it is known as the most cranial part of right vitelline vein. This we have already seen during the development of the portal vein. So therefore, these two segments are very important, and remember the segment 5 will pass, now please come on this side, the segment 5 will pass dorsal to the liver. This statement is also very important. It will pass dorsal to the liver and it is connecting the right hepatocardiac channel which was already developed from the cephalic portion of the right vitelline vein. So here segment 5 and 6 we have developed, and remember they are in connection with the right subcardiac